Hello everyone, welcome to Man Manga Boys Man Manga discussion of manga. We've got all these beautiful books to talk about. Let's talk about Summertime Rendering to start with. Wow, what an ending. I really liked Summertime Rendering actually quite a lot. The story was a lot of fun. It was really interesting, and I thought the twists and turns, I was like, what? There were like a few things I didn't like about it, but they were very few and far between. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I really enjoyed the final battle between Shinpei and I almost said his name. Shinpei and the leader of the shadows, the person who's causing this issue. I thought that was a really excellent fight, and I thought it was high stakes. And then the ending, I was like, what's gonna happen? And then like it happens, and I was like, what? And then I was in it to win it. Maki Maho, I messed up and made the wrong girl into a magical girl. I love this series. This was a lot of setup. We see that Kai's dad is spending time with Anna. I believe her name's Anna anyways. There's not a... oh, there is. Yeah, Annabelle. Mm-hmm. They're plotting and scheming. We can see that the demons are plotting and scheming. We can see that Kaya's got this sick outfit just on lock. And we can also, really tell that our main man here is just, Mato is able to kind of one-shot demons by punching them without even transforming. And it's like, whoa! So everyone's like, whoa! And then he can also transform, and they're like, whoa! Boss, you're badass. But yeah, he can like literally one-punch things, like one-punch man. See, Mondo, I said Mondo, Masahiro, punch. See, look at that, it's so sick. So yeah, he's doing real well in the world for himself. Kaya can also do one punch, no transformation as well these days, which is great. We find out about Kaya and her dad, and I guess he's working on a clone for Kaya, and it's like, whoa, there's a lot of crazy twists happening here. We also get a little hint that they're going to unlock Kaya's little magical fairy angel man. They're going to unlock his memory so that way they can figure out what's going on, but fingers crossed that we actually get anything out of that, but I doubt it. But yeah, check out Maki Maho if you haven't yet. It is obviously only at 11 volumes right now. Comes out pretty slow, maybe 1 or 2 a year. But it's lots of fun. A big turn for the magical girl genre. A very funny action. A lot of nonsense. Really enjoy it. Daemons of the Shadow Realm by Hiromu Arakawa. This is the same author who does, or who did, Full Metal Alchemist by Square Enix Manga, I guess they go by. Anyways, this story is about the main character right here and his twin sister, as well as the East and the West daemons that are working with them to find his sister. But it looks like the sister, Asa, is actually not who she seems she is. And they're trying to kind of come back together-ish and figure out what's really happening. The main character doesn't have too much of a clue as to what's going on. His name's Yuru and Asa. They both live in this old school mountain, and then something happens to make them leave and go back to modern Japan as they run into other demons. I'm interested in the story. I really like where it's going so far. Definitely going to keep reading it. If you enjoyed Full Metal, I think that you would enjoy this too. There are some parts where it does drag a little bit because they're doing the old trope where it's like, oh, what is this thing? Where are the horses in your car? That kind of thing. So it's like, that's kind of tiresome if you read it about 3 million times, those kinds of jokes. But I do find a big interest into why the village was hiding the secret, why they have this barrier power and one that lets you break the barrier power. There's quite a few things I'm interested in finding out at this point. I don't even know who's good, who's bad. Is everyone good? Is everyone bad? I don't know. It could be. Volume 1. What do you want from me? Okay, but it's a lot of interesting things happening. Great artwork as always. It really is fantastic to have another Hiromu Arakawa work in my reading log. One Punch Man, Volume 25. I love One Punch Man. You can see here we've got, I think that's Metal Knight anyways. No, Drive Knight. Drive Knight is motorcycle form. Very sick. We get to see this cat man show up and just totally wreck the town. Saitama comes in and meets a few heroes. Flashy Flash is trying to show off and kill him, just to kind of see how strong he is. And Saitama's like, "Don't do that. That's not nice." So that was really funny. But yeah, mainly this is a fight between Drive Knight and the Catman. Gino shows up for a little bit too. Fat Man, I think his name is. He's really funny. I think they just made him kind of like a really generic Batman knockoff. That's the only reason why he has these horns, I would think. But you gotta believe in the fat power. You just never know what's gonna happen there. But yeah, I'm really liking, of course, this whole series of One Punch Man and this arc, especially about how they're going through the demon realm. With Garou kind of powering up, they really only show him for like a little bit of time, which is really kind of the worst thing about this volume, is that there's not more Garou. But what can you do there? We have Fire Force, Volume 32. Expose or Expose, I can't tell which it is. This is a really cool meta commentary on kind of like the fans' reactions to Tamaki here. And we show off Tamaki being, the typical fan service girl, and people complaining in the Fire Force world that she sucks because all she does is strip, and that's not really cool. And then this kid's like, "What's wrong with you, Mom? Like, you're a scientist and you don't look good because you spend your time sitting." Well, she looks good because she spends her time taking care of her body. And what, you think just because that someone's too dumb they can't become a scientist, or someone's not attractive so they can't become naked? Like, that's not true, Mom. That's crazy. In fact, you're such a background character, Mom, I don't even know your name. And then the people just disappear. And I was like, whoa. And so it was a cool meta commentary on that kind of critique for Tamaki. Maki also over here just ripped AF. Everybody goes naked. I think I showed that in my haul video too. Everyone just strips. You can see here that they're ready for the Fire Force calendar. They even make that joke in here, which I thought was really funny. We also get to see not Bendy, Benimaru. Benimaru fight his doppelganger. That was really sick. I thought for sure that there was going to be an amazing fight with that, but it was amazing for all the different reasons than you would think. But yeah, it's really cool to see Assault show up back again too, since he kind of just got snuffed. Didn't really do too much, so it's nice to have him at least show up and kind of do something. He still doesn't do a whole of a lot, but Assault's pretty cool character design. Red Hood Volume 3. Red Hood ends with this volume. There is a little epilogue continued at the end, as well as the one-shot that got this started. Very cool kind of glimpses as to what could have been. We see that the author was planning to write kind of multiple storylines or kind of storybook characters into here. So they mentioned like giants and mermaids and other things like that, as well as the werewolves, and that there were multiple stories kind of being unwritten. We have this book that they're able to write down the stories. You can see here dragons, giants, demons, mermaids, werewolves. There's all like this concept design for them, and they're kind of like talking about, which is, at least from what I interpreted this as, the author's kind of notes for where they wanted the series to go. This book is able to kind of write the world. And so there was little hints of this meta kind of commentary in the beginning of these volumes. But yeah, this series kind of just ends. It could pick up whenever Jump wants to give them another chance. But will they ever? I mean, probably not. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible Volume 6. We finish off our contest, our whatever it's called, school festival. They do the three-legged race, and then our main character guy, he ends up, oh man, there's not a character page here. He ends up being able to be in the, what's the word for it? In the center of attention, so he's not invisible anymore. Shiraishi, that's his name. So yeah, there's a lot of focus on him. They kind of go on a mini date-ish. There's also, is this the one shot? I think there's the one shot to it. Yeah, right there. But it kind of just reminded me of how much I wanted this story to be more about the fact that the main character is like invisible. he brings it up all the time, but it doesn't like really play a role into anything. Like he's invisible, and then Kubo's like high invisible character, and then it just like drops and he's visible again, and it's like okay. But it's like this is just okay. This series really, I really was thinking it was going to be a bit more special, but yeah, we start to find out that you know, the main character and Shiraishi are, what's the word for it? I don't know. They're just like going through school. They're going through dates. He gets a phone call from Kubo, which he never gets. Kubo sees his room, which is kind of neat. But yeah, they stay up all night and she falls asleep. Just like a whole bunch of different stories here. But nothing really super interesting to me. His friend is able to find him now without having to ask anybody to find him. His name is Sendo. Is that what his name? Honda? Hendo? Kendo? Gendo? Mendo? Pseudo, there you go. He's able to find Shiraishi without needing any help, which is cool, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like not clicking with me as well as I was hoping it would. The series is just very okay, middle of the road. Now, talk about taking the high road. Now, this is one of the best isekais on the market. In fact, it's such a good isekai, it's actually like kind of making a parody of isekai. So we find the War Master, and he was one of the strongest people in the world of this world, and then he is kind of teased here, but he's old and he has a curse. Don't want to spoil it too much, but it's pretty silly. I'll just give you a little hint there. We also get to see this beautiful resolution to this like Grim Reaper guy. I forget what his name is. But like they bring him, if you remember from the last volume, they bring him all the way over to the goddess's realm. And his name's Thanatos, that's right. And so they can't defeat him. All the gods stand no chance against him. And then they bring him to this god right here, and she's able to destroy him using the Gate of Valhalla. However, it seems like there's a big risk to pay, because look at that, she's throwing up blood everywhere. But lucky for us, she fucking loves coming, bleeding, I meant to say, and getting hurt. Also, we have all that stuff there, so that's pretty cool too. What was I showing? Oh yeah, their main character say I was trying to train with her. And of course, you know, it looks very sexual, and she's like, whoa, Sing is mine. But also, you know, gods can't be with humans. That's wrong. See, what are you, some sort of slutty goddess who just got caught embarrassing a human in the buff? And I'm the last person that you should be called third-rate salute. And so I thought it was really funny. I want to see her painting again. Her painting's pretty funny too. If I remember right, it's very inappropriate. And it's like all blurred out. But yes. Oh yeah. No, it's not blurred out. It's just badly drawn. She's just water painting Valkyrie. while Thanatos is like destroying the god realm. And she's like... So that was pretty silly. But yeah, we're getting kind of close to the end. I would say probably volume 6 or 7 is going to be the last volume at this point. I thought it would be actually even sooner, but they took the Thanatos route a little bit longer than I thought they would have. But it's a really funny little piece. If you guys haven't read the Heroes Overpowered but Overly Cautious, I definitely recommend it at this point. You've got a good amount of the manga out, so it's really worth checking out for sure. But the anime is also out, and it goes still further than this. I would say watch the anime because it has the ending, but it's getting to the point now where the manga is catching up, and I would say to check out the manga because it has a little bit more content than the anime does. Just like some little bonus extra panels and things like that in there. But I think it's going to continue on, whereas the anime, I don't know that it is going to. I hope it does because I do really enjoy this series. Anyways, I need to somehow make my monthly rankings. I'm going to do it eventually, I swear. I've just been so backed up. It took me a while to make that last video about the about Fate Go. And then I had to make 2 Zash Bell videos, but I think I'm slowly catching up here, so we're almost there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next week for another manga reading log. I hope you guys enjoyed today. Bye-bye.